Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie and here I am again with another cooking video on how to make Dominican stewed chicken. This is delicious and I just wanted to share my recipe on how to make this. This is just regular old chicken thighs. I believe you call them thighs, molitos. I don't know. I forgot my English right there for a second. These are the ingredients. Bitter orange, seasoning, juice, chopped garlic, my sazon, my sofrito, homemade, olives, capers, tomato paste, sazon nor for color, adobo Goya, Dominican oregano, powdered chicken bouillon cube, some apple cider vinegar, black pepper, a stalk of celery, and half a tomato. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you how I make this chicken. Let me see if I can set up my phone so you can have a better view. Hold on. Okay guys, I think that you can actually see me there. First thing I want to start off by doing is I'm going to add my chicken bouillon cube. One little pack. Sorry, that's typical of me. My sazon no, one little pack. That's to give it a beautiful color. Here you go, puppy. So that's the chicken bouillon and the sazon no. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add half a teaspoon of adobo Goya. And it's only half a teaspoon because the bouillon cube and the sazon already has salt in it and the adobo as well. So you're going to want to watch, you know, the salt content of it. So this is what it looks like right now with the bouillon cube, the sazon no, and the half a teaspoon of adobo Goya. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the Dominican oregano. I'm going to add a tablespoon of it. Excuse me. And I make an emphasis on Dominican oregano because I find, I don't know, this is just me, that the regular oregano from here has like this brighter, lemonier taste to it. This lemony taste to it that I don't really, me personally, I do not like because I grew up with the Dominican oregano, with the taste of it. It's much warmer than the regular oregano. And to me, I just like it better in my recipes because it's the flavor that I'm accustomed to. Okay, so now I'm going to add the black pepper. I like a lot of pepper in my food. I think that pepper really rounds out the flavors of whatever you're cooking. And so after that, I'm going to add the bitter orange, the naranja agria. This is a very good way to add acidity to your food. And it's something that is used all the time in Caribbean cuisine. I'm just going to add 1 capful of it. You can find this in any Latin supermarket. Really in any Latin supermarket. I'm going to add a capful of apple cider vinegar. because like I said, I like my food to have some acidity to it. And now I'm gonna add a tablespoon. I'm sorry, that was my son who took my phone.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Papi. Bebe, go see the colors. Sorry about that. So now I'm going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. This is just regular garlic that I buy peeled at the store, and then I mince it with olive oil in my food processor. And I put it in a mason jar, and that way it's just easier for me to cook because I don't have to mash the garlic or chop it. It's already done for me. And then this is my homemade Sazon, Sofrito, just enough for today's recipe. I have a video on how to make Sazon. You can go ahead and see it. I'm gonna see if I can add my link to it. To this video on how to the sazon that I make. Okay, so these are the seasonings, and I'm gonna go ahead and just try to mix it together to see if I don't make a mess, because I should have gotten a bigger bowl to do this. A bigger bowl, yeah. And it smells delicious. It already does. Trust me, it's a very good recipe. You're gonna love it. It's tangy, it's sweet, it's savory, it's spicy, and it goes extremely well with some rice and beans or some moro. It just, you know, it lends itself to so many other side dishes. Okay, so I've already mixed the seasonings with the meat, and this is what it looks like with the garlic and the sazon and everything that I put in it. This is what it looks like, all minced together. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how to actually cook it on the stove. Give me a second. Okay guys, so this is where I'm gonna make my chicken, and I have this on a medium to high flame. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some olive oil, some olive oil to the pot, like maybe 2 tablespoons. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so bear with me. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sugar down to the pot. And what this is gonna do is this is gonna caramelize, and it's gonna give color to the chicken. Excuse me, I'm trying to move the oil around so that it coats the sugar some. And when this starts to darken, that's when I'm gonna throw in my chicken. And it's gonna be delicious. Like I said, you know, I'm sorry I sound so fat right now, but it really is. This is just the way that my mother taught me how to do it. And I just want to share with you guys, for any moms out there that, or wives that just started cooking for their husbands or for their family, so that you can start doing this. There's really this is not difficult to do. It's just a matter of getting the techniques right and seasoning your food to your preference. That's all. So like I said, here's the chicken. Look how beautifully seasoned it is. And I'm just going to wait until the sugar caramelizes, like I said, so that I can throw in the chicken. Okay guys, so you see how the sugar is starting to darken, to caramelize? I want it to be darker than that. And to see that the pot is smoking, that means that the chicken is going to have a really good sear on it. I'm just waiting for the sugar to get to the color that it should be. Because if the sugar doesn't caramelize to the point where it has to be caramelized, then it's going to sweeten your chicken, and we don't want sweet chicken here. We want nice chicken with color and to have its savoriness. So right now, this is the point that I want my chicken to be darkened. So now I'm going to start throwing in my chicken. You see? Right onto the sugar. Sorry, I'm trying not to burn myself. And it smells delicious. I'm throwing it right there. So it should start searing. And it smells wonderful. Alright, I'm trying not to burn myself. This is actually my second YouTube video, so I'm trying to make this video the best that I possibly can. So I'm going to try to fit them all in. It doesn't matter if they don't fit right now completely in the caldero, because this chicken eventually is going to shrink up. So it's gonna fit even more once the water evaporates from the chicken. Once the chicken starts releasing its juices, it's gonna start evaporating, and the actual meat is gonna shrink and it's gonna fit much better. Right now, all I want is for the chicken to get a good sear. I'm even gonna put up the flame a little more for the chicken to get a good sear and to start releasing its juices. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna partially cover it, because this is gonna help the chicken to start releasing its juices. It's liquid. And once you put it in the caldero, don't move it, because if you move it, it's not gonna get the color that you want, and it's not gonna come out, you know, that wonderful crispy skin that we like. So I'm gonna leave it partially covered for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and show you what it looks like halfway through the process. And right here I just have some regular white rice cooking, some long grain white rice, and as you can see, it's almost done. Just a couple of more minutes and I'm gonna stir it with some beans. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is this great shortcut to having meals done in a very short period of time. These are just beans, stewed beans that I make. What I do is that I make like a pound of beans, and then when they're done, I store them in these containers, these plastic quart containers. And then when I make meals like these, like the white rice and the stewed chicken, all I have to do is just pull out a plastic container with the beans in it and defrost it, heat it up, and then the meal is gonna all come together, which is white rice, beans, stewed beans, and the stewed chicken. This is something that I do a lot because I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids and a house to keep and so many other responsibilities that I have on hand, that any type of shortcut that I can get, I want to get. Because to me, feeding my kids is the most important thing. One of the most important things to me, and I want to feed them right. So any shortcut that I can get to making them a good meal, I make sure that I try to get it. So this is just another tip that I'm trying to give you guys. When I make beans, I'm gonna make another video on how to make stewed beans. My kids, they don't like to see the beans, the actual bean. So what I do is that I blend half and then I leave the other half, because my husband likes to see the beans but my kids don't. So what I do is that I puree, half of the beans, and the other beans I leave it the way it is, and that's just the way I cook them. And I give the kids the cream of the beans, the sauce of the beans, and then I give my husband the beans with the sauce. I mean, I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to say, but basically that's just how I make them. So let me show you guys how the chicken is releasing its liquid and how it's looking when I stir it. Okay, I threw in a stalk of celery in there because it just gives it real good flavor, and yeah, I just like it. So let me see if I can get a nice seared piece. So you see, guys, the color that the sugar gives the chicken, that's what we like to see. That's how you know that the chicken is getting seared properly, when it gets that nice, that nice brown crusty crust on the chicken itself. That's how you know that the chicken is searing correctly, and that it's gonna come out that nice color that we all like to see. Plus the sazon with culantro and achiote, the North sazon, that helps a lot too, because Dominicans do not like pale looking meat, pale looking chicken. You know, we like to see color in our food. We like to know that it's colorful and flavorful. So that's how we get the color onto our meat, by caramelizing the sugar, almost burning it, and then throwing the meat in it so it can sear in the sugar with the seasonings. So this is how it's looking. Let me cover it again so that it can keep on doing its thing, and like I said, I'll be back to show you guys what's up with the chicken and how it's cooking, and then I'll show you guys the end result. Okay guys, so the chicken already released its juices. It's kind of dry right now, but I don't want my chicken to stick to the caldero and to burn. So what I'm gonna do is, this is just the seasoning that was left in the bowl from when I seasoned the chicken. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna add a little bit of water to the actual seasoning, like that, right? And then I'm gonna throw a little bit of water in so that the chicken starts to cook from the inside out. I'm sorry, what am I doing? Sorry. Yeah, I just poured a little bit of that water into the chicken. That way the chicken doesn't burn on the bottom, and it starts cooking from the inside out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So you can see the color, see that wonderful color? That's the sugar. So now what this little bit of water is gonna do is gonna start cooking the chicken, and it's gonna start evaporating till the chicken starts frying again. And then once that water evaporates, I'm gonna throw in a tablespoon of tomato paste so that the tomato paste can saute when the water evaporates, and that also gives the chicken a good flavor and a nice color. Okay, I'll be back when that has to be done. Okay guys, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is the chicken that's cooking through. And this is the liquid that I'm talking about, the water, its own water, releasing into the water and making its own sauce. So at this point, like I said, I'm gonna let this water evaporate. And once this water has evaporated, that the chicken has started sauteing again, frying, that's when I'm gonna add a tablespoon of tomato paste. A tablespoon of tomato paste, so that the tomato paste, can saute with the chicken. And that also gives the chicken, like I said, great color and great flavor, because the raw taste of the tomato paste cooks out as you saute it. So I'm gonna show you, once this water has completely evaporated, how I'm gonna stir in the tablespoon of, and I think that with this amount of chicken, I believe it's gonna be like around 2 tablespoons. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So let this water evaporate. I'm gonna let this water evaporate. As you can see, I already cleaned up while the chicken's been cooking. And yeah, let it do its thing. And when it's time for me to show you guys how to stir in the tomato paste and how to add the rest of the marinade. And this is the marinade that's gonna create the sauce, that nice thick sauce that you see in Dominican stewed chicken. That's the marinade that I'm gonna throw in once the tomato paste is stirred in with the chicken. I'm gonna throw in this marinade, and this is what's gonna make the sauce, because this liquid right here, like I said before, this is just basically to cook your chicken through, to make sure that it's cooked. And this is the actual sauce of the chicken. This is what's gonna make the end result, the sauce. So like I said, I'll be back to show you the rest of the process, the rest of the recipe. And yeah, stay tuned, and please subscribe to my channel and watch my video on how to make Dominican Sazon, also known as Sofrito. It's in 3 parts, because that was my first time making a video, so bear with me, and thank you so much for watching. Okay guys, so you see, this is what I mean of when the water evaporates. This is the point where I'm gonna want to stir in. Let me see if I can. This is the point where I'm gonna want to stir in my 2 tablespoons. Let me see. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So, yeah, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And this is going to saute with the chicken for let's say 2 to 3 minutes, to make sure that like I said, that the tomato paste cooks, so that we can add the rest of the marinade. Let me see. If you guys can get a good look. See, I stirred in the 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So what I'm waiting what I'm waiting to happen right now is for the tomato paste to saute, to fry with the chicken, so that the rawness of the tomato paste can cook out, and the chicken gets even better color. You see how delicious it's starting to look? That means that the tomato paste is cooking with the chicken, and that it's getting its wonderful color. And it's actually a lot darker than this. It looks a little light right now, but it's a lot darker. The thing is that I have my kitchen has a big window. You see? It's right next to the window, so there's a lot of light right now. But the chicken, it's a bit darker than what it actually looks like on camera. So at this point, I'm gonna let the chicken saute for like let's say for like a minute. Make sure that the tomato paste is cooking. And one way to tell that the tomato paste is cooked is when you can actually smell it. When you start to smell it, that means that you can start adding your marinade to it. Look at the white rice is cooked. The chicken, like I said, it's doing its thing with the tomato paste. And you can also do this with tomato sauce, but you would have to use the whole 8-ounce can. I'm sorry, because tomato sauce it has a thinner consistency than tomato paste. So you can use either tomato sauce or tomato paste. It doesn't really matter. As long as you follow this technique, the results are basically the same. So the tomato paste is already cooked with the with the chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the rest of the marinade in, along with the capers and the olives. And it smells divine. I wish you know, there's some way that you guys can smell this, because it smells wonderful. And I know it's gonna taste even better than it smells or looks. My son, he's over here just waiting for the food to be done. He's hungry and he's looking at me like, "Mommy, when is this gonna be done?" So yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna leave the caldero uncovered, so that the sauce could thicken, and in a couple of minutes it's gonna be done. So I'll be back with the end result, so you can see what I'm actually talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this in the sink, and I'm gonna clean this up. And then when this is ready, I'm gonna show you how it looks like, and then I'm gonna serve my son a plate of food, and you're gonna see how it's gonna all come together. Okay. Okay guys, so this is the end result of the Dominican stewed chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. And this is the white rice. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the beans that I was talking about that I already made, that I had them in the freezer already cooked and done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna serve this with some beans. Lots of beans, because my baby likes beans. So there you go, with some beans. And go ahead and take the plate over here. Give my baby a nice piece of chicken. See? And then I'm gonna take the sauce, which is like literally the best part. Some of the sauce. And I'm gonna pour it over the meat and the rice, and it's gonna be incredibly delicious. So there you go guys. This is Dominican stewed chicken with some rice and beans. And like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. Can't wait to do another video. All right, bye. Bye, guys, and God bless you. Bye-bye.